Good morning, Hornet Nation. Welcome to the Daily Buzz. I'm Joe Hutzler. Today is Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018. It is game day, and before we get to talking about what's on tap tonight, we're going to hear from one of our student athletes. That student athlete, of course, is Rachel Cooke, right behind me, one of my favorite photos of all time. And yesterday, we talked to her about what she's seen in terms of similarities with this team compared to past successful teams, and also how the team deals with complacency.
So a couple similarities I see is the dynamic forwards and the dynamic movements we have, like in general on the field. We're all like able to move off the ball really well, and we're able to predict where other people are going, and the spaces open up to play balls in. And then another thing is the team dynamic is really good right now. We have a lot of seniors, obviously, but we also have a lot of good team bonding things that have helped us form better relationships on and off the field. So now I feel like I can talk to anyone on the team. The big part is that we try to get better each game or in each half. So coach has been preaching to that to us a lot, that we want to see improvement each game, and not just each game, but each practice. And having a solid practice week can make you feel so much more confident going into the next game. And so being able to build up on the games that you've already had a lot of success in just makes you more determined to want to do better in the next game. And so you kind of overlook that. Well, it's just maybe not a huge game. Every single game is a big game, because that's the chance we get to improve even more.
Moving on to games tonight. Hornets in action is what we like to call this segment. And it begins in kind of late afternoon action. 4:30 p.m. from Randolph-Macon on the grass field, where number 5 Lynchburg men's soccer team will battle Randolph-Macon for a big ODAC showdown on the road. Then it'll be Lynchburg field hockey on the road at number 10 Christopher Newport tonight at 6 p.m. from CNU there in Newport News, Virginia. Here at home, it's Lynchburg women's soccer battling Randolph-Macon at 7 p.m. The ladies cracking the top 10 in the D3Soccer.com poll, welcoming in an undefeated, or I should say unbeaten, they do have a tie, Yellow Jackets from Randolph-Macon. Our coverage beginning at 6:45 p.m. here on LHSN. And last but certainly not least, Lynchburg volleyball looks to make it 2 ODAC wins in a row as they travel to Roanoke, Virginia to battle Hollins at 7:30. Moving on to campus events, we have 5 to get to this morning. We begin with horoscope reading and Indian astrology. That is today from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Learn about Indian astrology and get a Vedic horoscope reading in the Drysdale hallway. Also, tree climbing in the Dell will be today from 5 to 7 p.m. A great way to check out sunset here at University of Lynchburg. The Outdoor Leadership Program, of course, leading the charge on this. Free tree climbing. Come hang with them at the Dell tonight. National Coming Out Day is today. The school will celebrate it tonight at 7 p.m. Due to that fall break, GSA, they'll be celebrating it early since it is during fall break on a national calendar. Share your own story or support others at the Office of Equity and Inclusion. It's also National Diversity and Equity Inclusion Week for Division III in NCAA, so a very timely program. French Club movie night tonight at 7:30 from the Hopwood Auditorium, Les Petits Nicolas. I think I said that right. And our last thing is to remind you that tomorrow from 3 to 5, whether you have a dog to put in the Doggies in the Dell or not, you should check it out, especially with the midterms coming up. You need some happiness in your life. Go check out Doggies in the Dell tomorrow from 3 to 5 p.m. in, you guessed it, the Dell. Well, that's it for our show today. Another busy night of action. You can follow along, of course, with the One Nation app downloaded today for iOS and Android devices. Until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. on Facebook and LynchburgSports.com, I'm Joe Hutzler with a reminder to remember it's a great day to be a Hornet, and we are One Nation.